everybody. Nice meeting you once again. My name is Dr. Nana Biney. I have a PhD in criminal justice. But then I decided my focus is no longer on criminal justice. My focus is on social justice. And you know why I mean social justice? I believe that justice needs to be done in this society. There are so many people, millions of people living in poverty. They are so poor, and they are not asking you to give them arms. They're not asking you to just put food on your table. But if only they can get someone to motivate them, if only they will know that they have someone on their side who will challenge them to move one step further, maybe they could do better. And that's the reason why I came out with the 12 alphabet for success. And because we don't have enough time, I cannot really delve into the 12 alphabet. But the only thing I'm going to say today is I'm going to talk about the 2 alphabet. That is the first alphabet. And remember, you don't need to be, as people may say, a rocket scientist to figure out what I'm going to say about. It is the conventional things people are already aware of. But the way that you explain it or the way that you utilize it is how will make that's what is going to make this the difference in this presentation. The first alphabet, as you all know, is the letter A, and I say the first is accept no substitute. And when we talk of substitute, think about it this way. You want to be successful, right? Yeah, you want to be successful. But guess what? Nature or life handed you poverty and you accepted it. Maybe you didn't, but you have. If you were in my shoes 40 years ago, you will realize that I was down. My life was very, 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 very down. I mean, in terms of everything, I was out. I wasn't doing drugs. I wasn't on the street, but I was out. I have no hope of becoming nobody. But I said to myself, I will not accept no substitute. I will lift up myself and make myself a great man one day. I want people to read about me. I want people to hear about me. So I will do whatever it takes. But believe me, I never broke any rules. When I talk of rules, I'm not talking about the negative rule. I play by the rules, but I make sure that I won. Okay, so the first alphabet that I want you to remember today is accept no substitute. That is the beginning of the mental revolution that you need to start going through right now. Getting rid of that inferiority complex and say, okay, I have accepted it. No, don't accept any substitute. Say to yourself, this is not what I am meant to be. That's the first thing you should keep in mind. Now, the second thing that I want you to keep in mind is that be all that you can be. And that's also simple and straightforward. You know, when I say be all that you can be, what I'm trying to say is that push yourself to the limit of breaking point, a limit where you feel like, hey, I'm going to achieve something in life. I want you to invest something great in yourself, either education, skills development, or acquisition, or anything that you can do to change your life for the better. That's what I mean by be all that you can be. Don't just get up and do something a half and half, average quality, and expect 100%. It's not going to work like that. The world worships success. The world worships successful people. So nobody is going to give you nothing for nothing. You got to work hard more than that, my friends. You got to work more than. Now, think about this also. My advice to you is think beyond the box. That means don't just think within your vicinity. Don't just think and say, oh, when I look around, all I see is poverty. Don't you know, even in poverty, people can make money out of poverty? Don't you know that even when people die, people make money out of the dead people? Don't you know that without sick people, Doctors have no business. Don't you understand? Without criminals and people with problems, the lawyers have no business. Don't you understand? The neurolinguistics, the neurologists, the neurosurgeons, all those kind of professionals. Without the problems we have in society, they are meaningless. They are useless. So, my friends, remember, these are some of the hidden secrets that today you need to discover. Discover yourself. Become a colorblind. Because don't look at yourself as black, white, yellow, green, whatever. Don't do that. When you do that, it's called a self-limiting. You are limiting yourself to expand beyond your scope. You can start from your own environment. That's acceptable. But do not limit your thinking to that environment because it's not going to work for you. Now, for example, if you become colorblind and you say to yourself, I am going to study China and the Chinese people and come out with a product, a gap in their society, a problem that is facing the Chinese people. I don't know what that problem could be, but it may not be complex like you think, that the Chinese people will love it. If the Chinese people are going to love your product, guess what is going to happen? You make a great breakthrough, and they don't care where you are in the world. They're going to patronize your product. Don't forget the Chinese product. You know, when they were inventing their products, they never thought of just Chinese people. They talk of everybody. And because of that, today, Chinese products are being consumed all over the world. And when we are enjoying the Chinese product, we don't even care who made it. We don't care, provided it's satisfying us, we are okay with it. And that's what I want you to keep in mind. That never ever think that, oh, you can go beyond your scope. Never be blind, be colorblind. Think of what you can do, the great things you can do. You know what I mean? How could you do something that will help millions of Chinese people? Now, apart from that, let's go to India. Most of the people in India don't consume meat. So think about something you can invent. Look at the population of India. They are the second largest population in the world. So how is there a gap there? What can you do that the Indians will love? It's a challenge. This video is a challenge to everybody. I'm not talking to you alone. I'm talking to those who have never had the opportunity to watch this video. They could be in India, they could be anywhere. You know what I mean? Now think about Indonesia. The Indonesians are Muslims. Most of them are Muslims. But there is still a gap. I mean of a gap. There is a problem in every society that is calling, yearning to be solved. You have skills. I'm not talking about education. Talking about skills, talents, something that you can use to help the Indonesian people, that they can give you something in return. It's not going to be easy, but relate to what I'm saying, to the ideas you've been having all along about you yourself creating something to help somebody. You know, so you can fill a gap. Think about Africa. Africa has so much sunshine, yet we have a so lot electrical problems. Africa has so much electrical problem when it comes to energy-wise. How come the solar energy and other energy sources available, they are alternatives? Can you think of any other alternative that you can also develop for the Africans? Can you think about how you can invent something for the North America? North America, including America, Mexico, all those countries in North America, Canada and all those. Can you invent something? Can you do something? We're not talking about only invention. I mean, hey, I don't think you need everywhere in the world. Even if you can start the idea in your mind and just satisfy your community, I think you've done something. But I want you to think broad, but localize your thinking. You know, can we continue? We're going to continue with this message in my next episode of Control Your Motion with the Alphabet C. Once again, I'm Nana Biney, and I thank you for watching me, and we're going to meet again. Have a blessed day. Peace and bye.